Alright, YouTubers, we are going to be making a reptile cage today. Rebuilding it out of some material I used to build a snake cage before, but I built it entirely too big. So we're rebuilding the same cage, only scaled down. Materials for the cage, it is some very nice 1 3/4 inch thick styrofoam laminated with fiberglass. You can see I got some of the measurements drawn out on here. I'd cut some vent holes. I'm going to use this for a side piece with a vent hole here. Cutting the bottom, the floor out of this piece, the back wall, the floor, the roof, back wall. I got this 1x4 for trimming and laminate to cover the ugly fiberglass, so it'll look like a wood cage from the outside, and on the inside it will be this clean white fiberglass or styrofoam laminated with fiberglass. Very easy to clean, very lightweight. As you can see, I can lift that up with one hand. It's very light. That's about a 7-foot piece of it, 2 foot by 7 foot piece that I'm cutting down, and I can pick it up with one finger. Alright, let's make some cuts. I'll come back in a minute. Alright, I've made my first couple cuts out of that one piece that was in the middle, so I'll turn the camera around and we'll take a look at that. Alright, that piece that was in the middle there, here it is. It's cut out 63.5 inches long by 19 3/4, and then I salvaged the vent hole piece. It's 13.5 by 18. That's going to be one side and the bottom right there. See, nice and insulated. And then we will put this laminate over the outside. Wrap it with the 1x when I'm done. And then this will be the front side, and we'll have some plexiglass on some hinges for a door. I'll make some more cuts and come right back. We got the bottom, the back, and the two sides cut. All that's left is to cut the top, but as you can see, it's starting to come together. Those little gaps will be tightened up. We'll fill it in with silicone, make sure it's nice and moisture proof. But as you can see, this stuff, it cuts real easy. It fits together real nice. You won't see none of this blue once I get all the laminate and 1x4 on it. Yep, but that's all that's left now is to cut the top off, cut the top, put it on there, and call it a day for now. And tomorrow it'll be 1x4 paneling, and call that a day. And then the next day we'll put all the electronics in it. We'll put the thermostat, the heat tape, and the thermometer, and put the glass door on, and call it a finished project. Alright, we have finished cutting all the pieces for my incubation cage. And here it is. Let's go down here and get a look. So, as you can see, there's a vent hole. That'll be the interior of the cage after it's all screwed together and tightened up silicone, you won't see any of those cracks. It'll be pure white. I'll put some decorations in there. She is 60 inches long. 16.5 inches deep and 13.5 inches tall. That is the inside dimensions. 60 inches, 16.5 deep and 13.5 tall. Those are, like I said, the inside dimensions. Alright, I'll be back tomorrow to screw this guy together. We're back. Next day of my builder project for my incubation / snake cage. And today we're going to be cutting out the 1x4s and cutting them as the trim work and cutting the paneling and hopefully assembling this cage today. So let me flip this camera around and we'll take a look at the materials and what we plan to do. I got these 1x4s here, and we got our panels for the snake cage, and we have various tools: circular saw, level, rivet gun, silicone, drill gun, the all-important beer. And what we are going to do is we're going to run these 1x's around the edge like this with the laminate. Put a piece of laminate across the top of this board, and then the 1x's on top, protruding over the edge 3/4 of an inch, like so. And then, well, let's wrap this piece and then I'll show you after I get this piece wrapped. I had the foundation piece done. Got my 45s cut, got one side of this board laminated and angles cut. Keep in mind I am doing this with a circular saw and a speed square and some warped cheap $1 1x4s. So let's take a look. Alright, as you can see from the top view, we got a nice 3/4 inch edge all the way around. Now these corners will tighten up when I screw the whole casing together, and I will then backfill it with some wood filler. Let's flip her over. There you can see the length of it. And then on the reverse side, this is the bottom of the cage. She's 45. Like I said, these will straighten up a little bit when I get done, and I'll fill them in with some wood filler. Alright, this is in there for a spacer. So as you can see, I put some 45s and some more side trim around it. Start to install the sides and back wall. So I've got to put laminate on the outside. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Okay, I'll come back when I get the top and the laminate on. Alright, since last time I had the bottom made, I had the walls in place. Pretty much what I've done is made a duplicate of the bottom. Just like I made the bottom before, I made a duplicate of it, and we sandwiched that on top. So it's just about complete. I'm going to turn the camera around here and show you guys. I got the glass cut out, getting ready to put the heat tape in. But we'll take a look. Here we go. Backside, I don't have veneer, and I ran out of veneer. So let me step out over here. There's the top, the side, the vent hole. Come around, see the front. Let's go to the other side. Still got a couple little pieces of trim to put on to tighten it up. And then the wonderful, wonderful inside. There's my heat tape. You can see the vent down there. Come on, focus. Anyway, we'll silicone all these seams. Use white silicone on all that. And got my holes marked out here for my hinges. I'll hang this piece of glass. And then we'll put the heat tape in. Next time you see it, it will be a finished product. My cage is just about complete. I'm going to give you guys an update on it, let you see it. I got the heat tape installed, the glass is on, the cage itself is complete. The only thing left to do is hook up the thermostat. Probably not going to show that part in the video, seeing how it is. There's so many different types of thermostats out there, so they'll all be different. But let's take a tour of the cage. Here she is in her glory. She's on her side right now, so you can see the casters on the bottom. We have the glass door. I will be putting a couple little hinges on the end of it to keep it closed. Here I have the wires coming out the top. The white wire is the thermostat probe, and the two black wires here are for the heat tape. And got my glass hinged up. There's my vent on the side, and then let's take a look inside here. I got my heat tape hooked up. Temperature probe. Got my wires clipped down to the end so the snake doesn't get tangled up in them. Siliconed all those edges in, like I said. And then all we got to do is hook up my thermostat and relay here. That's what's in here. There's my thermostat that I borrowed from work. Relay. Hook these two wires up to the heat tape and wire that temperature probe into this, which is really simple. It's just 3 wires that plug in right over here, and then that'll get attached to the top of the cage over here. Plug her in and she's ready to go. This little video to add on to the end of the build is my cage in use. I put my little locks on there. We got my big female in here. She's chilling in her log. There's my thermostat. As you can see, it's holding temperature very nicely. I got my little baby. He's in his hide, I think. He's not on top of a... Yeah, no, he's down there in his hide. Let's get him out for a second. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here, say hi to everybody. Here's my little baby boa. And then inside the cage. Little thermostat, 83 degrees on the glass. Water dish, log, and Big Mama in there. Her head's in there somewhere. But where's she at? Come here, Mama. Come here, say hi. She's a little camera shy. She's getting ready to shed. But the silicone's all dried up. Heat tape's in there. A little bit of carpet on the bottom. Oh. Got some casters on the bottom to make it roll around easier. And that's it.